I'm Sam Gupta and I'm 11 years old. I'm the founder of 10xkudaki.com, and if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today we are gonna learn about the use callback hook. So today we are gonna learn about the use callback hook in React, and this is gonna be very interesting. So without any delay, let's get started. Damn! Okay, so basically what is the use callback hook used for? This use callback hook is used so that unnecessarily re-rendering of a component does not occur. So when the props won't change, then the component won't get re-rendered till its props don't change. So till a component's props don't change, till then it will not get re-rendered. This is what use callback helps us achieve, and this can be very useful at times if your components are doing some heavy intensive calculation, right? So let's get started over here where we'll see our problem. We have imported React and used it from our React, and we have imported React DOM from React DOM, and then we are importing our to-dos component from our to-dos, right? And in our to-dos, what we have React and Memo. This Memo, you need to learn about Memo, but this Memo is basically checking that if the previous value and if the previous props and the current props are not the same, then only re-render, else don't re-render, right? And it is logging out child render, and it is returning h2 my to-dos, and it is mapping on a to-dos, and for every to-do it is adding the key that is indexed and to-do written over here, and then it is adding a button, and that will whenever that button will be clicked, whatever add to do method we receive, that method will be called, right? And we are exporting this to-dos method in Memo, so this to-dos method will only get rendered when its props change, right? So over here, sorry about that, just a second. Yep, something is stuck in my keyboard. Oh yeah, okay, I removed it. Over here, let's see our code. We have our app. We are defining our app component. In this, we have two states. One has the value 0 and the other has the value of empty array. And then we have our increment method that will just update the value of account state to whatever previous value was +1, right? And then we have our add to do method that will update the value of our set to do state, and in this basically we'll get our previous to-dos, and we'll just spread them all, so add them all in a new array and add a new to-do, right? And return this new array, right? Quite cool. And then what we are returning, we have wrapped it in our fragment. Then we are rendering the to-dos component, passing it to-dos and add to-do. So this will only get rendered when our to-dos prop and add to-do prop basically changes, then only this will get rendered, right? So from the previous props, if the current props change, then only it will get rendered. Then it is adding a horizontal rule. So over here, the to-dos component is bringing this much, and then it is bringing a horizontal rule. We are adding a horizontal rule, and then we are adding count. Its value is whatever count state's value is, and then we are adding a button. Whenever this will be clicked, we'll call increment, right? And it is a plus button. So now because of Memo, we will be expecting it not to re-render the component, because the value of to-dos and add to-do is never changing. So when we press this plus button, then we would expect that it should not re-render, right? Our to-dos component should not re-render, right? And our to-dos component, whenever it will be rendered, it will log out child render, right? So let's see that if it re-renders or not. when we press plus, it should not. But let's see. It is re-rendering. It is showing us child render and it is saying that todos.jsx showed it. So that means that it is re-rendering. Why is it re-rendering? Our props that we are passing is not different, and we are using Mimo in it. So why is really it basically re-rendering still? The reason behind this is because of something called referential equality. Because of something called referential equality, this happens. What is referential equality? I made a video on referential equality versus structural equality. Do check it out. But basically, referential equality is basically when we compare two values memory location. We don't compare the exact value, we compare their memory location. And what are we passing? And Mimo is using referential equality, right? So what are we passing? What are the props that we are passing? There's a to do state and there's a add to do method. But when we press increment, what happens? The methods in our component also are basically recreated. So the methods in our app component are recreated. They are once again created. The older ones that were there are deleted and these are basically recreated. And when they are recreated, the method add to do's value is saved in some other memory location. And now because Mimo is using referential equality, it compares the previous add to do's that it got and the current add to do's memory location. But because add to do was recreated in some other and saved in some other memory location, and now that is not the same as the previous memory location, it thinks the value also must be different, right? So it re-renders our to-do's component, and that is exactly not what we want, right? So the solution to this is the use callback hook. The use callback hook is comes very handy when we need basically to prevent this re-rendering issue. So only two things will change over here. One is that we have to first of all import use callback, and second is the method that we are passing as a prop. So the method that we are passing as a prop to the to-do's component, that we need to wrap using use callback. So over here we are defining add to do, and where our method is that we just need to pass as a callback method to use callback, right? And then in to do's we can basically give it use how we used it, and now we can use it as we want, and we will expect and we will get whatever we were expecting. So now if we press plus, it is not re-rendering our component, and that is so cool, guys, right? That is so cool. It is not re-rendering, and this is very helpful when you are doing some intensive tasks. If you are doing it and your component that is doing the intensive task is re-rendering again and again, then there will be a lot of lag in your application, and that you never want, right? You never want lag in your application. So that's why you should always use the use callback hook, right? So thank you guys. If you like the use callback hook and the video, please don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Bye.